Okay, you guys should be able to hear me now. What's up, dudes? Alright, so we got the green screen down for this one today, boys, because there's no way I'm going to do this with a green screen behind me. Too much work. I'm going to have like so little movement, so I just have everything like tossed on the bed pretty much here. My legitimate chair, though, is a very nice Herman Miller. Very ergonomic. Pretty pog. Alright, so now this quality should be like leagues better. Let me get my VS Code set up here. Alright, and I can have multiple screens? Perfect. Alright, let me make sure. DM you when I'm programming. Yeah, this is going to take a slight bit of setup. Hopefully not too much setup. Where's my VS Code? Add. Window capture. Add. VS Code. Add. VS Code, I say, be captured. I might just YOLO it and capture my desktop just for less setup. It's probably the better thing to do here. SMH in my head. Yeah, let's just add the monitor. Display capture. Perfect. Okay, so we're just gonna yoink this over here. This might not fit. Oh, does this fit perfectly? Yeah, this, well, this is fitting here now, but still. Okay. So if I move anything over there, it'll move it over. So I have to be aware. Don't want to dox myself in any way. Okay, so I gotta hook up my Pi now. This is gonna be so sketchy. There's one thing plugged in. Put it under the outline. What you mean under the outline? Oh, is it sticking out a little bit? Ah, yeah, let me fix that. I set this up earlier. I don't know why it's not exactly cooperating, but I can just scooch this under. There, that should be good now. Is it really official if I'm not using a ghetto rig? Honestly, you make a good point. Cool. So, you guys want to see something sketchy? You want to see how I power this thing? Not sure how well you can see this, but you see that these wires? Not sure how easy it is to see this, but it's like hooked on outside of it, and that's how they want you to do it. Kinda spook. Where are my tools? I gotta unscrew this. Alright. Touch it to get more energy. True, that's a good idea. A very good idea, Dan. Let me get my iFixit screwdriver, not sponsored, by the way. The new Fortnite meta. Alright. Just gonna loosen this thing up real quick. Okay, so let me loosen this one up too. Basically going to use, instead of this adapter, there's one that goes directly on top of the Pi, I believe. Elongated yawn. Hold on. I can power up the Pi if you guys want something to look at, maybe. Well, actually, I shouldn't power it up while I'm like setting this up. That's a bad idea. Let me hook this up. So right now, just to give you some context, I'm screwing down some contacts to this like thing that gives 5-volt power. Finger in the microwave. So this is pretty much how the Pi is looking right now. Got like 2 things attached to it. Then I just have to put power in the data. All right. I think we're almost at the point here. Yep, we gotta just power the board here. Then I'm gonna scooch this somewhere where I won't electrocute myself. We're almost at the point where we can start programming. I'm just attaching this right now. Say it again and I'm ordering you Grubhub. Okay, I don't know about that, but whoops. Okay. This is going to be very interesting to try to show you guys as I'm working on it, but you know, it's alright. Now we just have to give it power from the wall. And then I'll turn the Pi on. Alright. I said Pi there though. Spooky. Okay, so this actually powers the Pi as well, so I don't even need the USB-C to power the Pi. Very cool. Okay. It's time to program now. Alright. So now, here's what I'm going to go ahead and do. I'm going to file. Well, actually, I have to. So for those unfamiliar, there's a really cool remote development tool you can use. I have to delete this one, I think, though, or add a new one, probably. SSH Pi at 192.168.1.101, I think is the IP. So you set it up using SSH, and then you can kind of just code onto the Pi, even though I'm on my Windows box right now. Connect. Now here's to hoping this actually works. And we wait. So how's everyone's day going? You know, at this point, I could probably throw the green screen up. Alexa, turn my stream light on.
Okay.
Thank you. Good ol' Alexa. Alright, this will probably look way better now. And I'll probably just hold up the LED panel when I'm actually like testing it so you guys can see. So long viewers are lurking. That's okay. Lurking is fine. Alright, we're going to connect in current window, Linux, and password time. So hopefully this goes quickly. I'm upstairs now, so the Pi should connect to the Wi-Fi a little faster than normal. Alright, so now we can just open folder and see this. We got our whole file system for the Pi. Very cool. So we're going to go to documents, testing, and I already have a repo kind of set up that I'm doing some basic testing in. So pretty much all I did is I did like a git clone on this repository. Yes, I trust the authors. Okay, cool. We got our code, Venom. You happy? Alright, I'm going to also pop up a terminal. Not yet. Alright. CD into... This is also pre-built, by the way. I already built this out. To like actually build this, you just do like make, and then you're good to go pretty much. I think it's example API use. Okay, what do we want to try? You have to do this sudo, by the way, which is interesting. We're gonna do... What do we want to do? Clock. Hold on. I'm gonna double check what the usage is for this, because I don't remember. We're gonna do... Let me pull up the repo for this. This is LED matrix. So what is the example command they want us to use? They have a demo one. Okay, so we're literally just gonna copy paste this. Whoops, I need... Oh no, I need to CD. And then we'll run this again. Oh boys, we're cooking. Oh, it's gonna be kind of awkward to show, but ooh. I think we're cooking, hopefully. This looks better than it did before. Gotta pull up my copied itself below the outline. Copied itself below the outline. Also, what is D0? Is that a file in here? Where's the demo? Is that this? Curious what it's actually doing. What if I try the clock one again? Or I could do a pixel mover actually. Look at Streamlabs. Oh, yeah, what the heck? That's weird. Oh, is it because code finally showed up? I think it is. Yeah, there's two VS codes here. So I'll just do this. I'll actually do the VS code instead of the monitor. It's probably better anyways. Okay. Cool. What if I do... I'm just trying to see all these different options. Okay, so there's this option. So pretty much I'm going to try to yoink some of these programs that are already in here, and I'm going to set up stuff with like higher level languages. Whoops, I need to run that sudo. Okay. This is lighting up. Ooh, I know which thing I should run. Let's do the pixel mover. I think I have to configure this. Because I think... Let's see. Oh, there's gotta be some configuration. Let's read the documentation for this. Alright, you should be able to see this. So we don't have to do the wiring because we kind of have like pre-built stuff for that because we have the hat, this thing right here. So this is basically what our setup looks like. So we got the same exact setup. How is this set up in terms of like sizing? Oh, you know what? I think we have to set up that we were using a hat, actually. I think that's passed as a... Yeah, so you pass it as an argument, add a fruit hat. So let's try running a previous command. Do I have a Twitter? I do have a Twitter. It's bread and boy, I'm pretty sure. And I do tweet about it. Or not tweet about it. I do tweet about stuff on here too. So yeah, I do like announcements and like when I'm going live, and sometimes I'll like message people about stuff. So it's just bread and boy. Okay, so I'm pretty sure we have to pass this as a command line argument. Okay, cool. So this actually is working. Pretty sure. Getting different output now on the hat. I'm trying to think of a good way I can show this to you without having to like pick up the whole pie. But here's what I'll do. These are not a good color to show, but do this maybe. So when I do WASD, you'll notice that these are moving now. So like this is like kind of testing the thing out pretty much. What world record do I have? Dude, good point. Is this considered time? Because it's working? Let's see. How do I set this clock up? This is what I want to try. Reads text from standard in and displays it. Okay, so do I do this? And then I go like Twitch, or I'll just do I'm bread boy. I don't know if I can pass it in like that. Doesn't look like it. I am a world record holder actually. Give it a font file. Maybe I will pass this. Actually, let me look at past commands I typed. Right, what if I do clock with this? Then I pass it the add a fruit param. Nope, that doesn't work. What world record is it? Longest Mexican wave at RLCS. try this. Ooh, this is kind of pretty. Oh, of course it stops right when I go to pick it up. Let me run that again. I have to go quickly though, because I'm on a time limit. And run. I think there might be something off though. Looks interesting. It's pretty shiny though. Let's see here. Whoops, there goes the bottom of my pie. I'm gonna try to connect this to the other panel. There's actually 2 panels. I wonder if I have to actually set up the... This is set to 32 by 32. I'm pretty sure that's not what I have. Isn't this like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? It's like 32 by 64. How do I set the... This is where we have to look at how we actually set the... Oh, rows and columns. Okay, cool. So... Let's try to write up a command here. I'm going to throw us up to the side just so I can like reference it. So let me do this. I'm going to throw in the example. And we're going to do LED rows equals... How many rows? It's like 32. Whoops, 32. LED calls equals, and we're going to do 64. That should be right. Okay, that was really bright. I'm trying to find something that like maybe spells something out, so I can kind of test a little bit. You know what? I should be thinking a little smarter here. Instead of just sitting here passing these as command line arguments, I should write another program that does this for me. So what I'm going to do, thing is I'm trying to think how I would run it as like sudo, because I think this requires sudo. I don't know if I can just like full send it. We'll continue to mess with the command line arguments a little bit more before we go to another language. What do I want to do here? I want to try the demo. So I think the demo, I'm trying to see something that can output text. That's what I want to kind of... There is a text example .cc. What if I run text example? Text. Example. Let's just read the file. Let's see how it kind of expects to be used. So actually it gives us usage. So let's just do sudo, and then we'll do the text example. So let's see how this is supposed to be used here. You can give it a font. Get a map. Okay, there's the mapping, rows, columns. Okay. Do they have an example of how this is used? It's parsing this. I don't know what this ppm file is. Can't read it. What is this? LED cat. I'm really curious about this. Does it say what this does? This program reads from standard input. Ooh, they have an example. Let me go see what this repository gives us, because I'm trying to see how this code is supposed to work. That's not useful. At least to me. Ooh, we gotta go here. Yo, thank you for the follow. Cenobite, a very cool name. Let's see, what we doing here? We have these utilities. There's an image viewer. I can put an image on this thing. That's kind of cool. Okay, text scroller. Let's see how this is supposed to be used. Okay. Ooh, let's try to do a hello world. I'm gonna yoink this. I'm just trying to make sure that like my LEDs are working correctly, pretty much. I'm gonna have to set some command line arguments here too. Also, very fun fact, if you don't know this, you can set this up. Windows plus V lets you look at your clipboard history, which is really useful. And we want to do this, I think. Text scroller not found. Do I have to make that? Text scroller. Oh, maybe it's the documentation has changed a little bit. So I think this is called something different now. So let me try to just so text scroller, I'll say like scrolling text example. Is that it? Oh, whoa, it's doing stuff, boys. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this again so you guys can see it. Oh, it keeps doing it, sweet. All right, I'm not sure how easy it is to see this. I'm not even sure if this is the right orientation. But you can see that there is stuff scrolling now. I'm trying to read it though, is the thing. Yeah, hold on. Let's try to pass it some different text. Let me make sure I have the right number of rows and columns for this. Let me kill this real quick. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so there are 32 rows. That's correct. Are there 64 columns? I would assume there are, since this is about double the size. I have an Adafruit hat on. I wonder if I need to set the position of this better. So we can see this is setting the color to be red. I'm not sure what this fonts is, actually. What if I just ignore what if I get rid of the fonts and don't specify a font? I'm curious if it'll give me any better, like, output. Or maybe it needs a font. Yeah, or wait, that's F flag. I gotta get rid of that too. Okay, so I think you need to specify some kind of font. So let's see what fonts are available. Fonts. I don't know what any of these are. But we can just keep trying different ones until we see something that works. Because maybe it's the font that doesn't work well with the panel. I don't know what it means by 9 by 18. Let me try like a small number, like 4 by 6. 4x6.bdf. I think it's working. It's kind of hard to tell. Here, I'll show you guys just to give an example of what I'm looking at. Thing is, it's like right towards the it's kind of hard to tell like if it's doing it correctly or if it's just like the font that's like having some trouble displaying. What other examples are here that I can like try? What happens if I don't specify my rows and columns? I'm not sure if I feel like it's gonna give me garbage if I do that. I think that this is expecting... Oh, actually, this is a little bit more readable, actually. If I squint, kind of. I can see the word hello here. I'm trying to show this again. So this, I'm pretty much having this say like hello world. I'm not sure how it's liking the like ASCII heart though. I have a really good idea for what we should throw in here text-wise. Let's do, actually, let's try this again. I'm gonna change this to like... I wonder if the higher we go, the better. We can just slowly go up in terms of like fonts. So let's try instead of 4 by 6, we'll do like 7 by 13. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the heart. Let's do something different. XD. Yeah, this is still unreadable, so we're going to try to mess with this again. Once I get something readable or something different, I'll show the LED on stream. 9 by 18. Is this any better? Nope. Let me try to set the LED rows 32. So I'm pretty sure I need to have this. What is this LED chain? If I just get rid of LED, because I'm not really chaining LEDs. I didn't even notice this was in here, so I don't think this is helping. Try going lower again, maybe. 4x6. It looked good. It looks good for like the initial part. I'll kind of show what I'm looking at. So you can see it looks fairly close to the word subscribe. Looks like it's doing it twice, like above and below. What if I pull it further back? Is it easier to read then? Maybe. It's a little bit better. This tells me that the panel is working, I think. So let's try something a little bit more fun. Instead of text, let's see if we can get like any type of image displayed on here. So that's scrolling text. Actually, let's try to do static text. Let's not do something that's moving, maybe. Because that would probably give us a better image, maybe. So instead of scrolling text example, we'll run text example. Enter lines. Full screen or empty line clears screen. Oh, okay. So I have to type something? Hello? Test. This is a test sentence. That doesn't work. How does this look? This is really hard to... There's like some movement going on, which looks weird to me. So you can kind of make out the letters, but there's like a bit of movement that kind of looks weird. I wonder if there's a setting I can change for that. Let's kill this. It's a large font. Oh, you can set like an offset? Let me try setting an offset and see if that helps at all. Y -11. Test. If I do Y -20. Actually, hold up. Do I need Oh yeah, that's an argument. I need a dash. So let's do Y -20 test. Actually, that's probably not a good idea to do -20, considering how small the panel is. Let's do this. Instead of -20, we'll do like -3 test. Okay, so that went... Okay, oh, so that's the bottom of the panel. Okay, so I want that to go higher, actually. +5 test. I don't know about you guys, but this does not look like the word bread boy. Here, let's try changing it up a little bit. Instead of messing with text, we are actually just gonna move on to trying to get a picture. We could actually try to chain more displays together too. I might hold off on that though. Is there a... I'm pretty sure there was an example here. Yeah, LED image viewer. The thing that's going to be interesting is trying to get this to display on a small LED screen. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to grab the other LED screen that I have. I think it's either behind me or no, it's still downstairs. So I'm going to real quick run downstairs and grab that, and I'll be back. I'll leave this up just so you guys have something to read if you want. This is going to be the code we're going to be looking at next. Alright, we have gotten the second one. So we're going to chain these together to get a larger panel and see if that helps us out. Okay. This might make things more complicated though for us too, so we'll see. So we're just using like ribbon cables to like chain these together. keyboard back a little bit, get more room. Okay. My eyes, holy moly. If you guys want to be shown what I'm looking at, hold on. This is so bright. I think he was doing like a demo sequence of some kind. Hold on, I'm gonna move my mic. I really wish I still had my workbench set up downstairs, because this would be a lot easier to do. I'm just gonna plop this on my desk. I think as long as I get this orientation right, I'm fine. There we go. So I'll try to give you guys a look. See, this is what we're like working with now. And I think we can also, I think this is kind of what we got to deal with, is just super extra like length pretty much. I don't know if I could probably code it to like have it, treat it like it's above it still, but this is kind of what we gotta deal with for now. I could probably get a larger ribbon cable, I think, if I really wanted to. So now, let me just real quick, I'll get rid of that offset. And I'm gonna do, now we have a total of, what is this? $128 columns and same number of rows, I believe. Are you doing a security or a Sec Plus boot camp? Nice. Are you doing it currently? If so, how's it going? Let's see. Test. I. Hello? This is looking kind of decent. Oh, I forgot. So it's going to mirror this. I actually want to extend. So let me kill this. I'm trying to remember how the... Let's look at how this output looks. In class right now. Cool, cool. Dude, Linux is the best. I don't know, you know, how you struggle with it. JK, everyone starts somewhere. Let's see. Yo, if you're gonna do Linux though, dude, Z shell is pretty pog. Alright. Let me try something here. Try to think of what GIF I should try to throw up onto this display. I mean, we got this one. This one's pretty good, right? He's a little tiny boy too, so he actually might fit. But I feel like it moving might not be a good thing. That might make it kind of harder for it to display it. What do I have that's a small... It can't be too detailed because these are, you know, LED screens. Can I make it my follower count? 100% I could. It just depends how much time I want to put into it. That was actually one thing I was planning to do, is integrate it with Twitch in some way. Pretty much all I would have to do is just set up, you know, just do like an API call. And then just get text back, and then send that text to the LEDs. So I don't think that'd be too bad. I just have to look at the Twitch API. I could just do that right now, honestly. Do I have Python installed on this? I think I do. Let me get the panel itself sorted out first. Then we'll look into. So we'll try to. Should I do text first or should I try an image? I don't know. I feel like getting the text sorted out is way more important. Because I can do way more with text. And I could even have you guys send me like messages on it, which would be interesting. I could hook it up to Twitch chat. You just read it like that. I could do that, but that wouldn't work on every computer, I think. Or that wouldn't work if I don't have like OBS open too. Because I think it'd be kind of funny if you guys could just like send me messages like while I'm like working or something. It just shoots up on my panel. Let's see. So I think I should look more at the configuration for this. So this is, I mean, I could just toss this in. Let's see. But I mean, file streaming's not, it's not as fun. I mean, that's like, you know, that's like what they teach you in like school. It's file streaming from the start. I feel like API would be more fun. So, I could just, for the memes, try to display an image here. So this is the basic display an image. Do they still have the image viewer in this repo? Image viewer. Curious what this LED cat thing is. Last time I ran this, it made it crash. They already have images in here. Is that what it is? I have no idea. I could try to run it. YOLO, am I right? If this kills it, that'll be unfortunate. Last time I think my Pi just like started heating up a ton because it required a lot of CPU or something like that. So I'll try LED cat and we'll see what happens. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, they're not doing anything. Oh, and I can't break out of the shell. So let me just send a ton of these and I'll just kill the shell maybe. Or reopen a new one. There we go. Yeah, that one behaves strangely. Let's look at our examples. This is their text scroller. Text color, you can set background color. That's kind of cool. Outline color to increase contrast. So loops, blink while scrolling. Shift. The class drags. Is it an online class? I'd assume it is. You're in Zoom? Gotcha. Do you have to have your camera on for your Zoom? Oh, there's a video viewer? That's too much. I would need like a ton of panels if I was going to do that probably. Yo, imagine you have a ton of these set up and you just send like, you know, like a movie to them or something. I don't know. It'd be kind of crazy. Okay. Let's look into this. So we have these number of daisy chained panels. Default is 1. So we're gonna do LED chain. 1, I think. Actually, let me do this again. Actually, I have to do sudo for this. And actually, let me just go all the way up here. Yeah, so let's do this again. And I need to also add, nope, not that. Where is the, set brightness. Inverse. Is it an RGB board? It is RGB. I could show you guys a different color if you want. Something that's not red. Yes, we need this argument. And we also need, I don't know if we need, what is a parallel chain? I think that's a no on that, because I'm pretty sure that's like if they're like on top of each other. I'm pretty sure this is like in sequence. We'll start with this argument. The letters are pretty small. I could maybe, I think I could make my VS Code bigger, if that helps. Is that any better? This probably looks a lot more readable. 10 times better? Alright, cool. I'll leave it this way then. Alright, so we were doing the subscribe thing. So I'll do a different color now. We'll do 255. We'll do 0 red, 255 green, and like, I don't know, like 50 blue. Then we want to add this last argument here. LED chain equals 2. Test. Alright, so you can see, oh wait, actually green is an awful color to pick because of my green screen. Hold on. I'll just do blue instead. Let's do purely blue. Yeah, green is not gonna work just because the green screen. I could make the like entire thing green and use it as a green screen. That'd be kind of ridiculous. Hello there, fellow. I wonder if I do all caps if it's easier to read. Hello there, fellow gamers. That looks nothing like what I expected it to look like. Not hello world. Hello world lame. This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. Yeah, this does not look good at all. I gotta figure out how to set up this text. As you can see, this is like completely unreadable. Test broadcast. Yikes. Wait, what? Did I have a typo somewhere? Here, let me fix. I gotta fix my font. I'm gonna turn this off. Maybe I'm gonna mess with one individual panel instead of two. Oh, no, Mr. Pie. You're not going to fall off my desk. We're going to take off one of these for now. I'm going to worry about I'm going to worry about the chaining later. I should just get one working first. Showing the weather? Yeah, weather would be really nice. I'm trying to figure out why text is displaying like poorly. I have a strong feeling it's the font. We're gonna try every single font. Alright, let's try a 5x7. Is that any better? Maybe better. Let's try a... do a 5x8. I'm going to turn this towards me so I can read it. It looks like it's actually getting better. So I'm going to keep going here. Five by 8? Yeah, 5x8 pixels is my guess. I don't know if that's actually the case. I did not read the doc closely for what these fonts actually mean. So let's do... Actually, this subscribe doesn't do anything. At least for this command I'm doing, so I'm just going to get rid of it. 7x13, we can try that. Hello. Not looking too good. This is what it looks like for reference. This looks kinda not readable. We'll try a few. Bold, is bold an option? We can take a look. I feel like bold would make it harder to read, actually. Mostly because of the lack of pixels. 7x13B, is that what it means by bold? Let's look at where their documentation is for the fonts. What if I do font? Is there any other hits for font? I think it's literally just this folder. Oh, what's this? For 64x32 panels with 1 8 LED multiplexing equals 1? Is that what I want to do? I haven't used the LED multiplex argument. I don't know what that actually does, but I could try it. Actually, I think that looks a little better. Hold on. Hello. Looks a little more readable. Let me try different fonts again. Instead of 713, what if I go back to like 4x6 test? Test 2 or test at. No. I'm gonna try the bold one. Typing this console commands over and over and over again really makes me want to just write some Python to do this for me. To let me just like change a string or something. It'd be a lot easier. Or I could just copy this to like a text file and change it there, but I feel like Python's like a better way to go. Let's do 7x13 B. Hello. It's like looking more and more decent, I feel. You know, but it's got like weird, I don't know what you'd call that. Like abnormalities in it. Oh, wait. Was it a loose connection? Holy wait. I think it's a loose connection. I actually think this is just a loose connection. That's why it's just hard to read. The problem is figuring out what is loose. What? Wait, is it this? Hold on. I'm trying to figure this out still. Stay in place? No. Look at that. You see that? You see that for 1 second there? It looked perfect for like 1 second. I think it's the power cable is like slightly loose. Because when I adjust the power cable slightly, it is readable. So I'm trying to figure out why it's doing that. Yeah, it's the power cable that's doing this. If I hold this in place. It's weird because like it works for like a second. Power to board or the LEDs? Power to board. So like if I wiggle the cable that's connected to the board, it'll fix itself for a moment. And it goes back to being like weird. Do I need to have the Pi plugged in too? I don't know if that's a thing. There's no hurt in trying. Maybe it's just not supplying enough power. We'll see. Let me pull this off again. This is interesting. So I've noticed something else. When I pull it out slightly, there's an LED on the actual board of the Pi. And that LED is red and it displays when the Pi is powered on. When I adjust this cable slightly, the Pi light turns off and it works. And then I push it back in. Dude, this looks so good. It's just the fact that it's like inconsistent right now. I'm trying to think why that is. What if I try to power the Pi by the USB-C instead of the other cable? I wonder if that would work. I feel like it wouldn't. Because it needs 5 volt. I don't know. Let me look at this. Maybe sending the program to the save it when you reconnect it resets. I don't know. I'm not sure if that would do it. Because the pi doesn't turn off. Like the pi LED just turns off slightly. So at least this tells me the font is not to blame. Something else. I'm going to try to power this a different way. So I'm going to disconnect from my Pi for a moment. I'm going to power this off. And we're going to instead use the USB-C. So we're going to see if this cable will work better. I have to reboot this guy. So we're going to lose our SSH for a second here as it just starts back up. I don't feel like this is going to be enough to power it, but I'm curious if I start it up with this first and then I switch to the other power brick. I feel like it might work better. I want to know. No idea. This board's definitely not turned on. Oh, there we go. Let's see. I'm curious if there's anything else I should throw in, because maybe like maybe that's like a red herring. Maybe I don't have to worry about the connection. Maybe there's like just some tweaking you have to do. Because maybe there's some ghosting? I don't know. Here, let's unplug this again. Shit, this isn't too hot when I touch it. I'm try to plug this in again with the regular power brick, and we're gonna see if we can get this to work if we try to make similar tweaks maybe with other command line arguments. To try to troubleshoot this, I think I am gonna write a Python program for this. Yeah, sure, reload window. It's probably gonna have me sign in again as soon as this boots up. It's loading. I'm gonna open a different folder here. We're gonna go back to the testing directory so that we can start writing some other stuff in here. Yes. I have some Python in here. I was like messing with earlier. I will, however, delete these for now because I don't really need them. These aren't really doing anything related to LEDs, so. I think this command will work. Let's try this. Just make a test LED. Let's do like LED test.py. And I'll do what is the Trying to see the syntax for this. It's just OS. OS. That's not what I want. I have to pip install most likely. Be my guess. No, OS is just built in. What am I talking about? Why is it should be built in at least? Oh wait, no. Import OS. It just didn't tab down when I was looking over. Yeah, that works. It's been a long day. I'm a little sleepy. All right, so let's try just yoinking the command we've been using. No, not LED cat. I don't want to do that one. That'll kill my my thing. Calls. This is gonna be 64 again. I think the rest of this is fine. So let's copy this. And hopefully this just works. Save. And then I'll just run that and see if that works. We will have to cd into the. We have to run this in the other directory. I'll just actually just throw this in there. Why not? I'll just throw it in here so it's in the same area. Okay. Okay, so is this gonna work? Awesome. So now, or I think awesome. Hold on. It ran that, but it didn't take the arguments. I think it. No, it did. It did. ed test. Okay, cool. So now we don't have to type in here anymore. We can just copy paste in here, and we can even set up multiple strings. I'm actually gonna just throw this to a variable. Maybe it's probably fine to edit in here as is. So this did not work. We're gonna try to maybe tweak the, what was the thing we were looking at? This. If you tweak this value, watch the frame rate, show refresh while playing with this number. Well, let's read a lot more of this maybe. Okay, yeah, we got that. Anti-flicker hardware mod. What is this? Is that what I have? Because I kind of have a bit of flickering. No, this is improved flicker. You do a hardware modification. What even is this? You're soldering, or you're at least connecting 24 to that? That's weird. We're not doing that. Slow down GPIO needed for faster pies or slower panels. Okay, maybe I need to slow down GPIO. The Pi is a Pi 4, which is overkill for this project, but I did not purchase this Pi. It was a gift. So let's do this. Now that we have this, we're going to toss in this extra argument here. I forget. How does strings work with Python when I want to do this? Do I have to just do plus? I don't remember how this actually works. And then can I just do this? I'll follow the syntax. me terminate this. Okay, looks like that works. So I think we're gonna do that just to make writing this a little easier. So we can just like modify one at a time. Yeah, I think that's fine. Might be able to do this a better way, but I want to do my spaces at the end. Color like that. This will allow us to at least just modify one thing at a time and make it more readable while we're like making this super long string. We'll terminate this. And we need to do this. That's my actually, subscribe is not needed. This is not a command that uses text like that, so we'll do this. Okay, so we're doing that guy. Terminate that, plus it's fine. I think it's fine to have both these on the same thing here. That's okay. Make sure this still works. Just run the previous command. Cool, works. So now let's try to add some other options on to figure out if we can like tweak this to work the way we want it. So we could try slowing down the GPIO speed, maybe. Maybe that's it. So we're gonna just set this to like, we'll try 0 and 4 maybe, and see if that, whoops, cancel. See if that fixes it. What happened? Did it not like something I put in? Oh, this needs to be a space. Save. Okay, test. Whoa, okay, I'll show you guys this because this is very interesting. This is what happens when I slow down the GPIO speed. It just becomes a red bar. So that is not it, Chief. Let's do this. What if I set it to 4? I think that's the highest you can set it to. Test. Boys, I was right. We're good. It was the speed of the pie. We solved it. Awesome. Now we can actually do fun stuff. Cool. So let me rerun this. So note to self, very, very important argument here if you have a fast pie. So if I migrate this project to a smaller pie in the future, I have to remember that this needs to be taken away most likely. That's too much text. You know, boys, you should Lamau. Pro grammar. True emphasis on the pro. Sick. What if I do here, I'll do this. Twitch.tv. So I could probably start chaining these together now, but yeah, because this is kind of hitting the end of what I can display, it looks like. So 4x6 is kind of the smallest font, I think. Cool. Well, let's try some of the other ones then, actually, now that we've resolved this, like, other issue. Let me do this. I will copy this string. We're going to just move this into a variable, and we can, like, execute it however we want. So I'll just say this is a... I'll call this input text equals, and then that. Oh, it does not like that at all. How do I do... Let me look up the syntax for this real quick. I don't use Python super often, but it's nice for like basic stuff like this. Multi-line strings Python. Oh, that's so easy. Okay, cool. We're gonna use this as a reference. I'll say LED input text. I'll set that. It's triple equals. There we go. I'm gonna do this just to make my life easier. Whoops, that's not what I want to do. So I'm gonna paste this in here, and instead of doing this, I'm gonna do cats just so I can get this back to standard output in a formatted way. Or actually, I think it's echo. That I don't want to do cats for a file. Okay, save, and I'll real quick run that. Cool. So let's see. I just did this so I could easily yoink this this string. Now we can toss it in here pretty much. And we're gonna do this. So we're gonna say sudo. It was like dot slash. What was it? It was like something example, right? Text example. Text example. And then we'll just do this. I think this is fine. I'm actually gonna do like maybe this. I don't know how it's gonna take this text though, is the concern. Well, we'll test it. We'll see how it works. If it doesn't work the same way we want, we can modify it. I mostly just want this to correctly execute the command. And then make it easier for me to type stuff in still. I'll make these their own, too. Okay. Do that. So hopefully this works the same way. If it doesn't work the same way, it's most likely because there's spaces here. So we'll pass this to a system. I'll try to run this again. Python. Actually, I'll just do. Yeah, that definitely did not work. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna delete these maybe. Still did not work. Let's do this maybe. It might be reading the new lines, unfortunately. I can always fix this later. I'm just gonna, for now, just gonna do all in one line, which is ugly, but just to continue here, we're gonna do this. I'll come back to it later. Okay, so if I test. Awesome. So I think I'm gonna do a color other than red. I actually don't want to use red. What if I do blue? How does blue look? Test for hello. I'll hit him with the hello world. Hello world. If you guys want to see it. Very pog. Alright, kill that. Let's try something fun now. I actually want to test the pixel mover. So I think for that, I'll just call this command like LED pixel mover equals, and I'm gonna grab the same arguments here pretty much. I think. Yeah, I think I can grab these. So we want to grab all these boys. Copy. Oh, you know what's big brain? Let's not do this as one string like this. Let's actually do this instead. These are the arguments we always want to have, pretty much. Yeah, we need the Adafruit hat, the rows, the columns, and slowing GPIO. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set up, say import, or I'll just do like, pan. What do I want to name this? I'll just call this arguments equals this. Whoops, this. And it should be good. And I'll just do like a space here, I guess. Or actually, I'll put the space on this. And then I'll do input text plus arguments. Whoops, not S. Save. So this should work the same way. Test. Perfect. Alright, so now that that's taken care of, let's try different commands. So we're going to try I want to test the pixel mover, because I just want to kind of test each pixel. So this should just be sudo /pixel mover. I think that's all I really have to do. This is very interesting. I don't know how they set this up, but I'll show you guys what it looks like as I'm like using it. So there's like 2 LEDs on this, so it's displaying stuff twice, which is kind of interesting. But I can use WASD to kind of move things around, which is kind of cool. Dude, you could make a video game with this, actually. I don't know why I chose 2 though. I wonder why that's set up the way it is. I should look into that. Maybe it's like an argument I have to specify. Let's pass something more fun in, maybe. Let's do something fun. Let's do what does the clock look like? Do they have a clock example? Let's see some of these examples. Now that stuff actually displays correctly, this is way more fun. We can try an image, see how that works. So this is how you show an animated GIF. I'll try to pass my own GIF in there. Let's see what it looks like. If I can get my bread to display on this, that would make me unreasonably happy. LED display image. Oops. So instead of this animated GIF, I'm going to I'll just drop my GIF in there. So we're gonna drop this guy in there. I think that'll be kind of fun. So copy this. Oh wait, how am I gonna copy this over? Hello, bread. It's popping up on the screen. How am I gonna send an image? I could just SCP this over. Yeah, I'll open a shell here and I'll just SCP it into the directory. That's probably fine. So open a PowerShell here. And I'll do, so you can see all my images are in this directory pretty much. We're gonna throw in the bread one. Actually, I want to try the bread jump one. That one sounds kind of funny. Or bread hyper party. We could do this one. This one might be fun. I think this is a decent size too. I'll do that. So I'll do, is SCP a command on Windows? It is. Do SCP the PFP hyper party GIF to pi at 192.168.1.101, and we'll drop this into the /documents folder. I think that's fine. Cool, so we transferred that. We should be able to see that if we go to our documents folder. Let me just cd. Yep, and we got our GIF. So we're going to copy this into our testing directory. So we should now see that in here, and we're just gonna drop this into here for now, just so we can access it from the same directory. And I'm gonna rename it too, just to make things easier. Just call it animated GIF. All right, let's try this out. We wanna copy this variable in here. I'll be really happy if this works first try. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. I just copied two of them in there. I tried to execute the last command. Testing, and then examples. Oh yeah, rpi examples. Then it's like Python LED test pi. Image viewer not found. Oh wait, is that not a program in here? Is that not an example? I got kind of hyped. Let's look into this closer. Where are they getting this program from? They have a build for it, like how to build it. Oh, the LED image viewer requires this dependency can be made with make LED. So I have to do. Let me do this. I'm gonna have to install this, I think. This will take a moment. How long have I been streaming for? It says an hour and a half on my thing, but I know that's wrong because the stream died multiple times while I was soldering. Alright, hopefully this finishes pretty quick. And then I think I just have to. Is there a make for it? There might be a make for it. There's no rule for this. They remove it? Okay. Oh, wait. It's in utils. Oh, okay. I was in the wrong directory. Okay, that's fine. So all I have to do, so it's utils, and then I do this. There we go. Yeah, I was like, why is there no like make for this? Okay, so now we got our built out stuff. Now we just have to target the LED image viewer in. It's gonna be in /. Actually, why am I doing this in here? I'm going to delete this one. Yes. I'm going to move this guy out of here. And I'm just going to provide the path. So we're going to do dot slash. I'll copy this. Copy. Slash test example. Or wait, it's under, what directory is this under? Examples, API use. So it's there, and then here. Wait. Oh yeah, and then it's text example, so it's actually like this. So let's copy this path. Except this one's going to be in utils, not here. And pixel mover, I don't really care about the pixel mover. We're going to delete that one. Okay, so we got these two. I think this one will work now. Hopefully. Oh wait, I need to provide it the right GIF. Does this run from my current directory where I execute this? I'll just move this to animated. Okay, should be good. Test LED image viewer. What is it called? Oh, that's why. LED image viewer. Whoa! Stuff is happening. Okay. This is not perfect, but you can kind of get an idea of what's going on. I wonder if I can scale this down. Let me show you what I was displaying there, just so you guys know. And I'll do a side-by-side comparison so you can kind of get a better idea. So I'm pretty much displaying my Mountain Beret on this. There's some weird, like, I don't know what you... Like, these LEDs are, like, behaving weirdly at the top. Not sure about that, but they still light up. I'm not sure why, like, it could be something with the GIF, maybe, itself. But if I want to just display an image, I'm going to try displaying a different image here. Just like a still image, maybe. Or something easier to display, maybe. What if I display this boy? I wonder how this would look. Yeah, it's kind of working. Oh, I have to copy this over. Do I still have my shell open? I do. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do this documents / testing. Yeah, it's lowercase testing. Something's loose again. I don't think that's the case. Because it wasn't, it being loose was not the problem. The problem was this GPIO on this Pi is way too fast, so I had to slow it down. That's why I have this argument here. Yep, so I'm guessing that removing the power cable slightly each time was slowing down the GPIO enough to where it would like properly work. So it was kind of a red herring in the end. So I think there's something else here I have to do for this. I'm gonna copy a still image to kind of mess with that. So, not a still image, but I'm gonna try a different image that's not as like crazy as that one. Let's do the bread jump. Bread jump GIF. Drop this into testing. And we'll change this to I'm gonna again split up the string a little bit here. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna say image to display. Actually, I'll call this bread hyper party because that's the actual image. And then I'll say this next one's going to be bread jump equals bread jump dot gif. And we'll pretty much do like, we'll do this. That should be fine. Okay, let's see if this displays any better. Oh, that is so weird. My eyes hurt looking at this. He do be jumping. But again, some weird stuff. I wonder if there's anything I can do to fix that. Is there anything with my arguments I can change? He's being displayed multiple times over, so I think that's just a way... that's just something I need to change with the actual program, like argument-wise. So let's look at what the documentation says for this. So, okay, we did that. Haha. The resulting binary has a couple of flags. So you have image and you have, okay, what are the options? Output to a, okay. Center images. That seems like a useful argument. I'm gonna actually do that because that seems a little bit nicer. I'm just gonna, oh yeah, arguments. I'm gonna make a separate arguments file. Or not file, but separate, actually, let me do this. Image. Do that for now, and then this is fine. And I guess I'll just try to think how I want to do this. For now, I'll just do this. This isn't the best way to do this, but image arguments. Whoops! What happened here? This might need to be a different order. Oh no, it's space probably. Okay, so that works. At least centered him now. Now I just gotta figure out how to make this maybe scale down a bit better. There's VSync. I feel like VSync might prevent, because it looks like there's tearing going on. If I add -v. Whoops, what happened? It didn't like that. Do I have to provide it something? For animation, expert, only do for frame VSync swaps on multiples of refresh, default 1. Try this maybe? Try this instead of the VSync thing. Oops. That didn't work. What if I copy this guy over here? That doesn't work. To see if it's a thing with the animation, I'm gonna try with a static picture real quick. What do I have from my bread emoji folder? Could throw this boy up on there. I don't know how well this will fit. But baby bread? Oh wait, this is actually kind of cool. What if I did this? I don't know how well this will fit, but we can try it. Okay, so I'm gonna SCP red team PNG to this. Okay. I'm curious how this will look. It might look kind of sick if it actually like fits well. Call this red team equals. Let's try with a PNG. Image arguments. Yeah, center is probably the best for that. Arguments is, yep, want that. Bread jump we do not want, we want this. So we're gonna copy paste that in there. Cool. Let's see if this looks cool. Oh man, there's gotta be a way to scale this down because this actually looks kind of cool. Like if it was actually set up correctly. You can kind of see the cursive. Alright, there's gotta be a way to scale the images down, or maybe I have to actually like Photoshop it myself. So the, trying to think. Yeah, I gotta scale this down in some way. I wonder if I have a smaller picture I can kind of work with. How big is this? Is this tiny? The spread looks kind of tiny. Isn't this one tiny? This one's kind of a pixel art too. I feel like it's gotta be something with the size of this. I might try to scale this down real quick. I don't know. This could be a cool one too, actually. If it actually like displays correctly. I don't know if there's a way to like, I could try to programmatically shrink this. Let's see how we would do that. The class is almost over. Dang, dude. How long is the class? Oh man, that's long. That's a lot of time. Let's try this. Let's see if this works. I'm gonna kill that. Do pip install Pillow. I'm gonna make a separate Python file. Just call this resizer.py. Ooh, you're on your way there, Josh. All right, now we just yoink all this code. That's not what I wanted to do. That did not format nice at all. Okay, we're just gonna do this. Okay. What's this? Okay, why is ImageNet? Oh, from PL import, not just import. Okay, there we go. Dang, that's late. No, they'll want it. All right, so let's just type the rest. Image equals image dot open, and we're gonna pass it the file name. So we want to resize. It's probably best to just use a command line argument for this because we're gonna use this multiple times. Do you need import image if you're using PIL, or if you are importing PIL? I don't know. I've never used this library. I'm just yoinking this off of an example. So yeah, we're gonna do some like command line arguments for this. Okay. Don't you need the from command lower than the import? Don't think so. This looks right to me. It could be, you might be thinking of a different language, maybe? Or maybe vice versa, it works too. You might be thinking of JavaScript. What is JavaScript's import? I think it's from, I think it is from, right? For JavaScript. Let's see, import JavaScript. And Java's also import. Import the library first, then pull from it. I think you can do it same line. This is from a trustworthy site, Geeks for Geeks. Let's see. So I want to also import sys. And I want to get sys.argv. Pretty sure this is going to be a 1. I'm pretty sure you do 1. I'm pretty sure 0 is the file name, if I remember correctly. Or not. Yeah, it's like the first part, so I'm pretty sure this is a 1. So we're going to pass that, and then we're also going to, I guess we could print the image size. Just to see what we're working with and what we turn it into. And now we'll do resized image So I wonder what's a good size. We'll do sys.argv2 for the size. Say print. We don't need a print, we'll know what size it is, it's fine. So does this write out? I don't know if this actually writes. CV2. I don't know why this stuff is imported. The guide has this imported, but it's not being accessed. I'll just delete these. If I need to, I can always add them back. So we need CV2. Don't need to install this. It's not resolved, so pip install CV2 maybe. What is the install for this? Open CV core. Open CV core. Python. Okay. Pip install. Ah, okay, it's this. This is the install for it. It's going to be argv1. We're going to write the image as soon as this is finished downloading. So I pretty much just want to take whatever I'm working with and just resize it. I should probably take a backup of each image before I actually resize it, but I can do that manually for now. Hello? Why is it screaming at me? Why did you not like that? Boarded installation. I think I need to use pill instead of this. I think it has its own write function probably. Yeah, there's an image save method. Okay. What if I do... Let me see an example of how they save one of these. Oh, they just give it a file name? I'll say just resized plus, and I'll just throw in image. No, actually, sys.argv1. Maybe this will work. So what do I got? So I'll do Python 3 resizer. I'll pass it. I'll do bread team.png, and I want to resize this to like, I don't know, what is it currently? Oops. Does it give us a resolution anywhere? Oh. No, I don't want to zoom in. What would you say this is, size-wise? I have no idea. I mean, we'll see in a second here. I'll just resize this to like maybe 50 by 50. Hold on, let me see the resize method again. Oh, you pass it a pair, looks like. So I'll do like 50, 50. Bad token. Okay, what if I just do 50, 50? Saying Hollow Knight. Is Hollow Knight the set game? It says science and technology on my end. Hold on, let me open up the stream. Unless you're memeing. If it says Hollow Knight, I'm gonna lose my mind. It says science and technology. Mike, you want to see what I'm making, man? Pretty cool. You'd have to see the VODs to kind of see the soldering I was doing earlier, but I'm working on an LED panel. So I have, this is the brains, and this is the LED panel, and I'll show you some cool stuff I can do with this. So I'm gonna pass in, Mike, what kind of text do you want on it? I can put any text on there you want. I'm gonna have to, let me grab this, copy. Want me to write the word Hollow Knight on there? I can do that. Oh, font is not having fun. Let me fix that. Yeah. Oh, good idea, dude. I should just do the poggers in the background. Is that blue? I'll try to make it like bluish slash like greenish. I'll see how this looks. I have no idea what the RGB is for this. Wait, that's red. So what if I do like, I don't know, let me see, RGB for like, what is that, sea foam green? Looks kind of like a sea foam green. So let me try these values for that. So that's like 159, 226, and 191. And then I want to select I need to change the path for this. This is gonna be slash pi matrix slash fonts. And I think that should be good. Let me try to run this again real quick. Cool. So let me type all right, here you go, Mike, just for you. There it is. So there's a bunch of other stuff I'm working on, trying to get working. That's trying to think how to get it to only display like one thing of text. There might be something I have to set up with my like matrix, maybe. What if I set an offset? I think the offset is like -y. Yeah, dude, I have like a lot of ideas I kind of want to get working for it. I can make the text a little bigger, I think, too. Let me try different size text. There's... Where is it? Fonts. Let's do like 7 by 13 bold. I think the B is bold. (7x13b). Save that. Restart. Whoops. Did it not like that? Oh, I forgot to put the y value. So it's -y. I'll leave that out for now. Poggers. That might be too much text. I'm trying to like read it. I think that it's like merging the words. You can kind of see it's like in the middle. That's another thing I'm trying to figure out how to get working. Is it XD? Let me do that. Yeah, it's like displaying it twice. Space after this. Yeah, this isn't. Yeah, you saw it. Yeah, it's not being used. Try this. What if I do like a... Let's read the documentation a little bit more, actually. See if there's a way to get rid of like this doubling that's kind of going on. Let me turn this off though, because this is like super bright. The amount of rows and columns used. Maybe. I know for a fact that this is a 32 row, 64 column LED screen. I can try just removing this though and see if it does anything different if I don't specify them. No, it does the same thing. So maybe it detects how many rows and columns I have? I have no idea, but I'm going to leave them in there just to be specific. I'm going to do like a 6 by 9. XD. Yeah, so this will give you guys a better example of the doubling. See how it types the same word twice, and there's a slightly different coloring to it on each. So I'm trying to figure that out specifically. Let's see. Actually, I'm really curious what this example looks like. I'm gonna get sidetracked here. I'll just do example. Okay, I want want to copy this full path. So I want to see what this looks like. This might look like cool. We'll see. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Did I click that twice or something? Whoa, that's sick! Look at this! Not sure how easy this is to see because my green screen is probably keying some of the green out, but it's like a 3D like rotating shape. That looks really cool. It looks way better not on camera, I'll tell you that much. Huh. I know, right? The mirroring is what's like weird. Oh, I'm gonna close out all these other tabs I have. Try to look into the mirroring specifically. That one even looked cool with the mirroring, actually. The mirroring probably added on top of that. At least from like my perspective. What if I search mirroring? Oh. Is this... Oh, this is an optional thing. Think. Let's look into all these arguments again. Just see if there's anything we missed. Because, you know, it wasn't working at all before until we looked at the arguments. So, yeah, it did look like a wallpaper engine background. Okay, so we have that. We slow down the GPIO. Chained parallel. Number of daisy chained panels. We have one panel right now, at least. For A, B plus models or parallel. This is interesting. What is this parallel? Oh, LED parallel flags tells it how many there are. Okay. So we only have one, so we don't have to worry about that, I think. Panel type. Okay, I'm pretty sure ours is just working out of the box, pretty much. Different multiplexing. Faster and brighter. By default, their output looks jumbled up. They require some pixel mapping. Oh, okay. Let's try different multiplexing. There's 0 through 17. Let's just see how all these work. If one works, we'll keep it. Let's throw this in here. Say equals 1. Let's just keep trying all these. Hey guys, guess what? It was the first one. Let's go. It pays to read documentation, boys. That's funny. Well, cool. Let's try the actual text that we were doing before. Actually, I want to try the images again. The images will probably look really cool if we can set that up. So let's do LED display image. And then we're going to do plus, yep, arguments plus image arguments. Ghosting too. I'll take a look at that too. I remember seeing that and talking a little bit about it earlier. I didn't know if it was really happening to me or not. Mostly because the mirroring made it way more difficult to see. Okay, image arguments. We have to add this. Let's try this one again. So we're doing this. Passing it an image, passing it argument, passing image arguments. Let's see how this looks now. Sheesh, boys, this looks pretty good. We got ourselves a dancing bread that's not tearing. That's so sick. Dude, just imagine like a full wall of these panels. That would be so cool. Well, I'm very happy with that. Let's try with the Monka S bread. I want to see how that looks. We could try bread jump too, but let's try bread. Right, where was it? Did I ever add the bread S? Oh yeah, it's the one just called animated. You should get your entire wall and do a repeat. Dude, that would be so sick. I would love that. Bread party. Just rename this for clarity. And then, whoops. Yeah, that's fine. And then I want to add bread s equals animated dot gif. Let's do that for now. Do bread s here. Oh. Oh. Bread hyper party. Gotta get rid of that. And I need the LED display image before that. I think I accidentally deleted that. Okay. Whoops, did I... No image could be loaded. Bread S. It's animated GIF. Wait, did I... Oh, do I not have it in there? Where's the Monka bread S? Did I never copy it? I think I might have just never copied it. I'm gonna delete this from here. Okay. We can try this one though. Let's try all the ones we have saved before moving on. Let's call this bread s.gif just for now, because I know I'll go back to this later. Bread jump. Oh, this looks so cool. Wait, this looks great. Look at my little man, the camera's not doing it justice. But this is a little jumping boy. Hold on. I'll share this just so you guys can see what the original looks like. So this is pretty much what I threw onto here. It's pretty good quality. Like, it's hard to tell because the camera does not like this, like, light. It's not taking it in well. Can I see the arms and legs? No, I would have to set a background color for that, which is probably not too bad. Let me do this. What is the background color? I know that there's an argument in there for that. Background. It's -B, and then you give it an RGB value. So I'll throw this in here too. I'll just say -B. How is it used exactly? Whoops, that's my Discord. It is used space and then RGB. Okay. Space, and I'll just say, like, I don't know what color we'll do for this. I'll just do red as an example. 25500. That didn't work. Do I have to do it like this? Nope. They did have brackets. I wasn't sure if those were included though. They were not. It gave me an end of file. Let me see if they have an example of how this is used. Oh, this is for text scroller. That's not for image. Image might just not even have it. Can loop through images too, which is kind of cool. Let's see how the I want to see how the like neon sign looks now, actually. Let's get rid of that. Oh, that looks cool. That looks so cool. Hold on, look at this. That looks so nice. I'm a huge fan of that. What the heck? I want to get my bread neon thing in here. Yeah, that's like actually so cool. Wait, I should get some other. Okay, let me get some non-bread images in here. Let's see. Give me some ideas. I can look around what I have saved currently. If you have any ideas, like memes or something like that, like I could put my... Oh, a Rocket League GIF? Good idea. Let's see. Rocket League GIF images. Oh no, it's pulling up like a bunch of GIF Your Game stuff. Let me... Oh wait. This is a classic one. You know this one? Could go with this. The other ones are just all GIF Your Game, like people's like clips. I could try this one. This one seems like it's a decent size too. Here, let me do this over here. Save image as... and I'll go to... Yeah, I guess downloads is fine. Call this RL GIF. Save. Alright, let me just copy this over now. SCP, and we're just gonna do RL GIF. See if this looks decent. Whoops, did I do something wrong here? rlgif.gif. Oh, whoops. Camel cased there on accident. Oh, my eyes. So that, it's got like a white background, so you can probably see why my eyes were blinded, but you can kind of see it moving. See what I'm saying? This might be a little bit easier. This is actually not too bad. Honestly, decent. Pretty cool. It's vibing, dude. It's just cruising along. Yeah, I really like that. These LEDs actually heat up a decent bit. I just decided to like touch it to get an idea. Oh, Nyan Cat is a must? Dude, you're at your big brain. Let me pull it up. Nyan Cat GIF. Nyan Cat is 100% a must. Is it loading? There we go. Dude, this will look so funny. Okay. And cat. I still have the shell up. I do have the shell up. Okay. Let me do this again. Oh, dude, this is gonna be pretty sick. I hope, at least. I hope it shows up well. Alright, let's set like 9 cat equals 9 cat gif. Oh, dude, this looks so nice. Look at this. Look at my boy. Oh, wait, I think my green screen might be messing with it, but you get it. You get the idea. It's so cool, dude. That looks so nice. Dude, I'm gonna, for tomorrow at work, I'm gonna be at my stand-up meeting, and I'm just gonna have this behind me, and I'm just gonna be changing it. I wonder how my company's logo looks on this. I'm gonna do that. Have a preset and change them out. You can also like scroll through them too, which is kind of cool. So I can like scroll through a bunch of them. That's so nice though, dude. Oh, this looks so cool. I'm very happy with this. Rotate every 30 seconds. Yeah, I could totally do that. I wonder if, you know what I should do is I should make like an Imgur album, just like full of images, and just, you know, use that and upload to it whenever I want to change like the what's like rotating. That way I don't have to like stop the program ever. It's pretty neat. Dude, this looks so nice. Okay, I want to try my, actually, what else would be interesting to do? I was gonna do my company logo, but I'll probably just do that for tomorrow for my meeting. You guys won't be interested in that. What else can we put on here? Dan, do you have any ideas for what we should throw up on this? Thinking, not sure what to put. I wonder if I'm just curious how long this would take. Python. Nah, I don't want to do that right now. I was gonna say like I could spend some time like setting up like the API stuff, but I don't feel like doing that. I just want to keep trying different pictures. You want me to put the word hello on there? Just make it say hello? Okay. I actually already have the code set up for that. I'm gonna save this as a separate variable, and I'm just gonna call this concat. Actually, I'll call this shell or image display script, or I guess command. That way I just don't have to type this whole mess out again. And I'll do text display command equals, and then I'll pretty much do LED Pikachu meme face. Wait, that's actually big brain. I'm gonna do that. That one sounds awesome. So yeah, LED input text plus, do I do anything else? I think it's just arguments. I think that's all I do for this one. It's been a minute since we executed this one. Awesome. So what did you want, Dan? Hello. Hello. There you go, Dan. I could make, let me try making the text like bigger. Let me look at the fonts again. Let's do like, what is the 10 by 20? I think I could do that one. Just do it, yeah, YOLO. 10x20. Save. Hello. Boys, we got ourselves a pretty spicy LED sign. That's some big text. I wonder if it goes larger than that. This is already like pretty large. Well, I'm gonna spice it up even more for you, Dan. Can you offset it so it's centered? I think you can. I'll try that in a second here. Here you go, Dan. I got your name on it. It's a big hello. True. Here, we'll clear this out. So I'm trying to remember. I think that this argument centers images. I wonder if it does the same thing here. Plus image arguments. Save. Okay, that does not work. So that's probably something I have to like modify myself, I would guess. Only the biggest of hellos. True. I just thought of something kind of memey, but I'm gonna do it. If you guys play RuneScape, is it like Q, P, whoops, P. Oh, it's too big, the text. QPW. Oh, right, we need the surprise Pikachu face. That's very important. By the way, I'm moving this into a separate tab each time and like moving it over because I don't know if I Google search something and something not like TOS safe will come up. It scares me. Surprised Pikachu face. Oof, imagine, dude. I'd be so sad if that happened. Ooh, okay. Do I do this one? This one looks kind of cute, dude. I like the one with the background. That might be kind of interesting. Alright, save image as surprised Pika. Let's go back to our... I'm going to delete these other folders. Or these other instances. And then... Now that I have it working, dude, just tinker with it, honestly. Because, like, now that it's working... By the way, Dan, it took a hot minute to get this working. Because there is some, like, stuff with my panel. By the way, Dan, when I was messing with, like, the hard wiring instead of using the Pi Hat, I might have had it working when I was at your house. Because I found out I needed to set these values for this to work correctly. I need to set all of these. Yeah, so unless I set all these, pixels act, like, super weird. So there's like a ton of like configuration stuff you have to set beforehand. But after I set that, it was like, perfect. Also here, I'll show you another really cool. I'll show you the LED example. This is a really cool one. LED demo. Set this to this plus arguments. This one's very cool, by the way. There's like it's kind of hard to see with my my green screen trying to like cut it out a little bit. But it's like this is like one of their demos they have, which is like a rotating like square of like multiple colors. Looks pretty cool. Looks much better in person, honestly. So let's try image display command. And oh yeah, did I transfer the Pikachu? I did transfer him, so he should be here. Hello, friend. Oh, this looks kind of big. Hopefully this is either resized or fits well. I don't know if it's actually resizing at all. Image display command is... Whoops. It's this plus... Oh yeah, I gotta set a variable for that, so I'll just call this surprised Pika equals... right. I think that's good. Oh wait, this looks so funny. That's so good, dude. My boy's looking kind of surprised. He's like, I'm on the panel. Just have that for my meeting tomorrow? True, dude. That'd be perfect. I need to make an enclosure for this now. That's just like nice and I don't know what the phrase I'm looking for is. Like nice and like solid, I guess. Come over to Detroit. True, true. This is really cool. I'm a fan. Alright, alright. Now we gotta think of some cool gifts. What are some cool gifts that we could use for this? Coco. No. I think my dog's trying to pee on my laundry. 1 second. Hey, bud. Don't pee in my clothes, please. I did not want my dog like peeing on my laundry that I just did. Alright. Oh, Dan, I'm not sure if I mentioned, but the Pi hat also powers my Pi, by the way, which is kind of neat. Oh, your parents lived on the west side? I didn't know that. Alright, what gifts can we do? Wait, this would be kind of a meme. If you guys have any cool ideas, let me know. I'm just looking for different things I can throw up on the panel right now. Dude, I could probably program Snake and display it on this panel. You know? That'd be kind of cool. Do a chess piece? Okay, okay. I'll take that request. We'll try this. I have an idea. Wonder if this will work. What about this image? Save image. Chess.png. We'll make another variable called chess equals oh, that's kind of neat. Yo, Dan, check this out. That's kind of cool. That comes out pretty good, actually. Oh, try something from that? Yeah, I'll take a look at that. Yeah, I have like just a ton of chess pieces here. It's pretty neat. I'm a fan. I'll check out that page, Josh. Oh, what the heck? That looks so weird. I wonder if that will work well with this, because this looks like white. Well, I guess the white would probably show up. I don't know how thin the lines are. I'll try one of these. No hurt in trying it. All these are .webp files. I think these need to be PNGs or JPEGs. I could probably convert it though. I'll try converting one of them. I'll save this. I'll do WebP to GIF. Oh, when you save their GIF? I'm in Firefox. Maybe it's a browser thing. You are in Chrome. Okay, that is probably it then. Upload. Okay, cool. Save image. It's, oh wait, convert to GIF. Alright, that wasn't too bad to convert. I'm going to try this one. For your reference, this is the one I'm going with, just to try it out. 3D thing. I'll just call it like 3D image. Yeah, hopefully it turns out pretty cool. Let's see. 3D image GIF. Done. Alright, let me make a variable for that guy. Whoops. I don't even know why I copied that variable name. 3D image equals, I can't use the, what would you call this? What would you call this image? Weird thing. Geometric? Okay, that's a good way to put it. I'll set this to 3D. I'm gonna do geo. I'm gonna rename this. And this needs to be GIF. Whoops, that's the same one. That does not come out super good. Like, you can kind of see it. But it tries to set up the background. Yo, what did he do, Josh? Was he a bot? I didn't see what that guy typed. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you for taking care of that, my dude. Alright. I'll probably just delete that one for now. There's probably a way I can, like... Actually, is there a way I can change the background on this? Effects? Question mark? Oh, I might be able to change the background color. Hold on, I'll show you what I'm using here. I'm just trying to do like a quick and dirty for this. Replace color with transparency. So this is like a black background. So if we do that, apply, will this get rid of it? No. That's okay. You can try some other things too. Yeah, I got some chest stuff. I wanted to see if I could put like a whole chessboard on this LED. That'd be like really cool. Like, imagine you like hook up 2 of these LEDs together. I'm gonna use this as an example so I don't have to pick it up. Imagine you just have like 2 of these like stacked like this pretty much with one on top of this, and you just like put out the chess squares for like the whole thing, and you had like an LED chessboard. I think that'd be really cool. You need sub emotes to flash 1 sub. 1D4N, John. What is this? Ooh, wait, you're right, Josh. This will look kind of cool, I think. I'll just do Geo2. I'll just save as Geo2. I want to pull that one in. That one looks really cool because of the colors. Whoops. Forgot I can't do that. Geo2. Oops, let me just match my format. Okay, looks good. And we run. Josh, that was a good one. Check this out. I think this looks really cool. Hopefully it comes out well on stream too. That looks really neat. I'm a big fan of that, actually. I like the colors. The colors look way better off of camera, honestly. Yeah, if only there wasn't a background, honestly, yeah. That would be perfect. Guys, I have a really good idea, but it's going to be a surprise, alright? Let's see. Okay. Hopefully you guys don't see this pop up. Alright. You guys are gonna be surprised with this one, I'm sure. I should put my credit card number. That's a good idea, Dan. Alright, you guys ready? What's this? Y'all are rickrolled! This actually looks so good, though. That's the funny part. Like, it looks so good on the panel. Oh, no. Reported. DMCA. True, true. That's pretty good. That actually shows up so well on there. Ugh. Kill that. Lamau. Let's see. Any other ideas, boys? Other than the credit card. Yeah, hooking this thing up to like stuff that happens on stream would be really, really cool. I wonder if there's like a Minecraft thing I can do with this. SSN. That's a great idea. Minecraft GIF. There's so many memey ones. Huh. What to do? What to put on here? There's a Nyan cat with a ghast. You were able to remove the background? Dude, send it my way. I'll totally add it in. Move this over here. Did you send it in my Discord, maybe? Venom lol. I just saw his message. You DM'd me? Okay. Oh, dude, that looks perfect. Alright, let's try it. Save image. I'll call this Geo2 and I'll just overwrite it. Yes. Cool, and then just hop back in here, copy this, paste, and run. Oh man, I love it. Thank you for doing that, Josh. This looks really cool. It looks way better without the background. It'd be cool if I could blow it up a little bit, but this is still like a lot better. Yeah, if it's like scaled, it's like perfect. Very cool, very cool. Oh, what else can we put on here? I have a bunch of like bread images. Do I have... What if I not gone through for my bread images? Is it picture? Yeah, pictures. Bread emojis. Oh, I haven't done the Monka S one yet, actually. I want to do that one next. With that one. Whoops. Is that what I... Yep. So I'll do S... Whoops. Then I will select... A underscore... Yep. Copy that over. I should probably make a folder for these. These are getting kind of ridiculous. Does it have high refresh rate? I think it has decent refresh rate. I don't know how high it is, but it seems pretty smooth, honestly. Let me kill this, and I'll do... don't I already have the bread S? Oh yeah, I need to rename this to bread S. Red s.gif. Yep. Yoink this. Oh my gosh, this looks so funny. This will give you an idea of the refresh rate because this is just like 2 frames. I'm not sure how well you can see that on camera, but this is the bread Monka S. It's hard because my green screen wants to cut it out. Props too fast? I mean, we could try it. We could give it a shot. Oh, what the heck am I looking at? Are you trying to break my LED panel, Josh? This is probably too much. This is probably way too much. Testing the limits, true. If it explodes, you know, YOLO. Time to get a new board. OMG, wait. I like the sound of that. You found a dope one, okay. Let's give it a shot. I'm ready. Hit me with it. I'm such a fan of this one. Oh, what the heck? Wait, Josh, that's so cool. Oh, yeah. I like that a lot. Whoops. Let's do that. And... oh yeah, we need to copy it over. All right, and we run. Okay, this is pretty cool. I'm a fan. Now blowing this up to the full thing would be really cool, actually. I wonder if you can do that. I wonder if that's like an argument. But I like how the colors look and how the squares expand on this. Yeah, it just needs to like stretch it to like the full thing. I kind of want to double check. Is there anything in here for like full screening this? I feel like there's not. Loop count, delay. There's VSync. Forever cycle through a list of files. Shuffle. It's the general LED matrix options. Switch time between files, animated GIFs. So that would be a LED matrix option. Maybe, I'm not sure. I feel like it wouldn't be an LED matrix option. I think you just have to like set up the image correctly for this to work. I don't know if you can set the size exactly. Yeah, it doesn't look like it, unfortunately. But isn't there also a... I can upload videos to this, right? I think. VLC. I might set this up a different time, though. It looks like you can pass files to this. Oh, you can pass WBM files. Or just WebM files. I'm not going to say the full thing. Yeah. So actually, that stuff you showed me earlier, I could actually use, but I have to use the VLC. I have to use VLC for it. It'd be kind of cool if I could target like a YouTube video, honestly. Be pretty neat. Man, this is really cool so far, though. Is there any other like cool stuff I have not tried with this yet? What are these other examples? This clock. I don't know what this clock one is. We can try this. What do I have to do to set this up? Reads text from standard and it displays it. Empty string, clear clock, CC. I could try this. What does this actually do? I think text example takes the same input. So I think it's just clock. Try that. I have another pixel size. I have no idea. Let me actually grab this. So change this to LED clock. I don't know what this actually does. Does it actually display a clock? Hard to tell what's going on here because there's nothing on the board. I feel like this isn't doing anything, or it's like frozen. I'm not super sure. Or maybe the font size is too big. What if I do just no. If I do clock. Let's see what it wants from me. So reads text, empty string, clear screen, D time format. Does it have a default time format? I don't know. Let's see if they have an example of how to use the clock. Clock would be really, really cool, actually. Is this the same? Yeah, utils. This is also utils, I think. Yeah. Oh my gosh. This is a really cool example of like a lot of them being used together. This right here is nuts, dude. This is like a TV pretty much. Oh, what's the size of the board? Sorry, I missed that question. It's a 30, or are you talking about like actual dimensions? Not like the matrix of it. Because the matrix is a 32 row and 64 column. I have no idea what the actual dimensions of the board are. Oh, one thing I really want to do, and I haven't set this up, is like, I saw someone do a project on Reddit where like on their LED panel they showed like the album art for like the music they were currently listening to. That'd be something fun to set up, actually. Sent me a stretched one. Oh, okay. I'll give it a shot, Josh. Let's see. Yep, resized the .gif. Let's try this one. This will be, let's see. Geo resized. Geo resized. Whoops, did I forget something? Oh. Obviously. Ooh, Josh, I got good news. The whole panel lights up with that. That's pretty sick, my guy. Very cool. That actually looks so sick. I'm a big fan of that. Oh, so get this, Josh, all right? So I was working on this at Dan with the Fours house, right? And while I was working on this, I came up with a really good idea. These panels come with these mounting pieces that go in the back, and they're very strong magnets. And we had the idea of like, what if on a computer case, like on the front of your computer case or anywhere else, you mounted this. Like imagine like a few of these probably to make it look like actually nice, but you could put any design on your case, which I think would be really cool. But yeah, they're like magnetic, super strong. You could probably put it on a car if you really wanted to. Scare with the magnets? Yeah, I guess. I mean, they're not ridiculously strong. They're just like strong enough to where like, you know, you have to put like a decent amount of strength into like pulling it off. Yeah, as long as it's not like a hard drive or, yeah, it's probably fine. Especially if you put it, I guess the one thing that could cause issues is like, depending on how strong they are, like if you have fans at the front of your case, it could mess with your fans maybe, but YOLO, dude, just go for it. What else could you do with these? There's that clock, there's that album art stuff I talked about. There's a lot of stuff you can do with it. But yeah, I'll probably do like another stream where I do like some more like this is kind of like a like this stream was probably like more of a setup and proof of concept type of thing. Just like doing this stuff. And also some troubleshooting. Yeah, I was actually about to end stream. I appreciate you hanging out though, Josh. Give me some cool images to throw onto this thing. I'm very happy that, by the way, I'm not sure if I mentioned this, I haven't soldered since like high school. So I'm actually very happy that this board came out okay from that soldering. So, and then, yeah, I'm happy that we were able to troubleshoot these arguments as well. Because now it's like, we can do whatever we want. Like, I kind of want to like set up some like stuff with like rest calls and just give me the other hat. I'll desolder it for me or for you. Nah, dude, not worth. Not worth. I wouldn't put that on anybody. I already tossed it anyways, so no worries, no worries. Well, here's the thing, Dan. The reason that one was so hard to desolder is the solder, some of it got underneath the pads, so like you have to desolder like what's inside the plastic, which probably won't happen. So, like the holes are like pretty big, and where the solder was like put in when I was like soldering it, it seeped inside. So I mean, it probably would have worked still, but copper wick might be able to reach it. I mean, if you want to try, I could fish it out of the garbage for you. But I mean, they're pretty cheap. They're like $25. They're not too bad. And if you really want to, Dan, you could honestly just hardwire it with your Pi if you wanted to get some panels with it. Like with the wiring we did, I think would have totally worked. We just had to set up some arguments up here for that. Like instead of doing the Adafruit hat, you would just do regular, and I'm pretty sure the rest of these arguments would be the exact same for your Pi. I gotta do some like, I gotta get into CAD and like figure out how to design like a case for this, actually. How did I find out about the args? I literally just sat down and read the documentation, Dan. Which is probably the most important thing to do. You can help with that? Oh yeah, dude. It's so nice because like, you know how like there's like that super sketchy like connection? It's still super sketchy, but like you plug the like the thing that powers the panel also powers your Pi, which is kind of cool. So like you don't need like multiple cables. You can just do the one like cable. So if you just throw all of that into a box, you're like pretty much good. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I'll figure out some more stuff to do, and I'll probably do another stream of this like sometime soon where I like do more rest stuff with this, and maybe I'll make it so you guys can like send stuff to it. That'd be kind of fun. I gotta figure out. I could like work on getting Twitch chat to show up on this too. Just have one hole for that cable, easy peasy. Yo, for real though, that'd be like really good. Twitch.tv. Let's send a raid to someone real quick. I'm probably gonna end stream here, take a break because I've been coding and working on this thing for a while today. Need to take a break. Let's go to science and technology. Let's raid someone else doing something interesting. Whoops. Ampersand technology. Who's streaming this right now? Dang, this dude's doing. Oh, Newegg's streaming right now. Dang, there's some like high view counts in science and technology. It's kind of cool. I didn't know that it had as big of following. What looks interesting? Coding in public. This guy's doing some Python. It's probably much better than my Python. Let's see. Interactive stream. Yeah, that'd be really cool. I should probably put on my headset so I can hear what they're saying. once I actually send the raid through. Oops. Who do we raid? Trying to what the heck? This is the most hacker man scheme I've ever seen. It's so green. Here it's collision GitHub Copilot. Oh, if you guys want to see what GitHub Copilot looks like, I'll send you maybe this guy. Kind of cool to check out what he's doing with this. He's doing some Python, looks like. Oh wait, that's a tag? I could have set my tag for this? What was this person doing? He's just doing color stuff. Maybe I'll send you guys to Toast. Toast is streaming. He wants a completely different type of stream right now. Send you guys to the boy Toast. Alright, thanks for hanging out, dudes. I'll throw out like another notification when I'm gonna be doing the next coding stream with this. Yeah, I'll catch you guys later.